Hey guys, it's Lee Gubin here on the 15th of February 2014, and in the New Zealand Herald today we have an interesting article. Kiwis billboards know your face. And after reading it, you find that in Sydney they've now got these billboards with little cameras on them that detect what age group you are and what gender you are and play adverts accordingly. Now, it might seem like not a big deal, but if anyone's out there has read George Orwell's 1984, which has been quite a big hit in the past few months, basically because of everything that's been going on, then you might know that we're heading down a George Orwellian nightmare where there is cameras everywhere, and if you look around, there's cameras everywhere. They're on all the streets. Policemen are now allowed to wear them on their shirts. It's basically setting up a surveillance state, and at the same time, police state is being set up where they can now film patrons that are intoxicated and all this other stuff. And it's happening so incrementally that people just shrug it off their shoulder. It's not a big deal. But if we do like what it is today versus what it was 2 years ago, then you'll see quite a bit of difference, more control. I just bought a book called Totalitaria: What If the Enemy is the State? And it says on the back here, for the first time in history, governments are on the brink of being able to totally control your life. This is where the Truman Show meets the Omen. Be very afraid. And yeah, if you're awake and aware and you can see what's happening in the world, then it's not hard to figure it out, because it is happening all over the world. Governments the GCSB, which happened in New Zealand, everyone thinks it's not a big deal now. It's like everyone's just forgotten about it, but we should still be really angry about that. And where are the parties at that are willing to just completely exit? If a party came along and said, we're going to close down the GCSB, we'll be all for it. We'll get them passing the TPPA soon, which is just openly giving corporations more control over our government. And yeah, just this billboards with cameras is just another group of cameras that are in society. Everything's being linked up to the internet, and we pretty much have no privacy left. So yeah, now you can shrug it off if you think it's just a conspiracy theory. That's fine, but be aware of it, because what you're going to see is in a few more weeks' time there will be another article about the other day. There was that trolleys and baskets in the supermarket can now track you with these little things, track you around, and they might seem innocent, but what it's getting you used to is being tracked. And another article was that sports members now have chips inside their brains, and it's to measure the amount of force that they're being hit with or something. But once again, it's just the control factor just coming in incrementally into our lives. It's called the totalitarian tiptoe, so go look that up. And it's happening in America, Australia, New Zealand. It's already been happening all over Europe for some time. A lot of countries are more aware than what New Zealanders are. New Zealanders very most of us are asleep. We don't really see what's going on here. But Iceland, they were aware of it. They knew it was all happening. And so what did they do? They revolted. They took back the government that's for the people, one thing that we don't have at the moment, and they jailed some of the bankers, and they're doing a lot better off for it now. We just need people in government that actually want to help run the lives of the people. At the moment, our government is not running our lives. It's running our lives too much, but it's not giving us our freedoms. It's not letting us decide what we want to do. It's controlling way too much of our personal lives. I was at the pub a couple of weeks back, and these cops picked two girls, took them down the back, and questioned them for 10 minutes. And you might say, oh, they were just checking IDs, but They weren't. They were asking them full-on details, how much they were having to drink, all this sort of stuff, and it's like they must have been 18 to get into there, because it was the security at the door was pretty impressive. So they were definitely 18. They weren't intoxicated all over the show. They were just normal people. But police are now attacking the young crowd, because it was a young people's pub where the youth are going, and so they're getting the youth used to this kind of treatment. You know, cops just coming in being like, you know, you guys are the slaves and we are the people that can do whatever we want, kind of thing. It's meant to be the other way around, guys. Police are public servants. This is something very important that we must always remember. They are here to serve the public. If we are in a threatful situation, that's what they're supposed to help us with. But now all they're really doing is running you more tickets. So, absolutely sick of where it's going. Police states being set up, surveillance states set up. It's all heading towards George Orwell's 1984, which is a fair warning. And this is another fair warning. So it's time to wake up. You're going to see more things happen. You're going to see more cameras being set up, more ways of tracking you. And yeah, the only way that we're going to stop it is if people are aware of where it's going. Because we're pretty much we're not going to have much freedoms left by the time we're done with this. Look up Agenda 21. They want to take all of our private property rights. They want complete control on how we live, under the guise of sustainable development. Yeah. Right, see you guys. Thanks.